Peter gave Sean O'Malley that fight.
The PFL might host the boxing match with Tyson Fury.
Francis smoked that guy.
Easy. And Dana White actually kind of threw some shade at Ngannou and said,
Welcome back to the Dropout 704 podcast. You are here with your host, Semaj Sinclair, and the one and only Bleezus, man.
What up, what up, what up? What's going on, y'all?
All right, let's get straight into it, man. So, tell me more about this fucking Francis Ngannou's not fighting John Jones.
Yeah, man. So, I just got the notification this morning, looked a little into it myself. I was pretty shocked, you know. How long have you been hearing about this John Jones Ngannou fight?
Bro, that's the thing I was the most excited about.
This year,
like,
for sure.
Him fighting Ngannou's just not. It's not Francis. Francis smoked that guy.
Easy.
So like, if John Jones beats him, it's like, well, yeah, but you didn't fight the guy. You know what I mean? I feel like it's if I was John Jones, I'd be fucking hurt about it.
All this time, preparation.
Right? For that guy.
This one particular guy.
For that, and now you're just like, he's just gone? That's crazy. So did they talk about why he was released or any of that?
I mean, so Dana White said they've been in negotiation for making a new contract for Ngannou for over the past 2 years. Just haven't been able to come to negotiations with him, you know. Supposedly, they offered him enough money to be the highest paid heavyweight in history. But it just wasn't enough for Ngannou. And Dana White actually kind of threw some shade at Ngannou and said he really didn't see the risk in fighting matches like that risky, like John Jones, for that little money.
Wait, he said what?
Dana was kind of throwing shade at Ngannou, saying that essentially he doesn't want to be fighting someone that risky for that amount of money. Saying that he wants to take less risky fights. You know what I'm saying?
He's saying he's trying to O'Malley it.
Essentially.
When O'Malley was like, I'm not trying to fight the top dudes right now for that money. Wow. Oh. Yeah. Dana goes crazy.
Insert clip here.
Dana talking shit. Okay. Need some extra lights, you know, make it a little brighter on himself.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I was honestly kind of shocked about that one, you know.
Man, Dana's going through something.
Well, you know, for sure, he definitely is. From this past weekend.
That I was honestly really surprised to see that from him. Not necessarily surprised to see that from him, as in like I know him personally, blah blah blah. But just in the sense of like I ain't never seen Dana in a public scandal thing like that.
Yeah, he's definitely more behind the scenes type of guy, you know.
Yeah.
Hear it through the news, you know.
Yeah.
Not like see it firsthand type
See
shit.
it first. Yeah, bro. Like, what do you think happened?
Sauced up in Mexico.
It was in Mexico?
He took the last shot. She said it was hers, and, you know, one shot too deep. Nah, I'm just kidding. That is unacceptable, Dana. You don't put your hands on a woman.
Yeah. She's a real fighter, though. She swung.
Yeah.
She was not. That wasn't the first time she swung on that, man.
And obviously, it took more than one because she must have been coming back or something.
Right? Yeah.
He threw more than one. You know, he said bop bop.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like a bop.
Yeah. That shit's nuts. So.
Yeah, that's wild.
But he said something that was pretty interesting when he was like, if they take him out of the company, it doesn't do anything other than like hurt everyone else within the company.
I mean, he's such an associated face with it. It's like
Joe Rogan taking a break from.
It's like what PR is worse, you know?
Yeah.
And which has more of a beneficial outcome.
Low key though, if they just had Joe Rogan do whatever Dana does, I feel like people would be pretty chill.
Well, I don't think they could pay Joe Rogan enough money to do that. Why would he do that?
Just for like
he barely makes it to the fights now. You know?
Just for like 4 fights, they'd have to pay him a very handsomely. Just for you know, because Dana's like his suspension or whatever. You know, I feel like the only person
he's on suspension.
that's what some people want.
I mean, at that point, it's like if you're only suspending, what's the point? You know.
PR, like how it looks.
We need a break.
Yeah.
We need something else to fill the news cycle.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like they went on timeout. They did their time, and they're like, I
had time
faced
to
the
reflect.
consequences, had time to reflect, blah, blah, blah.
For
That's
sure.
just because
not back and doing interviews the weekend after.
Yeah.
I think after the first headline of the year.
I mean, he made a good point, but like
someone asked
just
him
don't come.
During the interview, they're like, so how long do you think you're gonna hear about this? What happened over the past weekend or whatever? And then he was like, I just spoke about it 2 days ago, man, but I don't think I'm gonna be hearing about it for the rest of my life, or like stop hearing about it for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Jake Paul is probably gonna have a field day with that.
I'm surprised we haven't seen it yet.
Right.
It's probably gonna have to include in the Ngannou cut. He's got a double alley-oop dunk coming,
Bro, I know.
Calling it here. Jake Paul is gonna sign Ngannou after Ngannou fights Tyson Fury in a boxing match. Matter of fact, the PFL might host the boxing match with Tyson Fury and then sign him to another fucking MMA match after. Because old buddy got a percentage in the company in that deal that he did with them.
Yeah.
He's not just like 2-fight contract.
Yeah.
He's looking to grow with it. So.
Hell yeah, shout out to JP.
In the PFL.
Hell yeah, that's fucking sick.
I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen one PFL event before this though.
I
probably have seen clips from a fight.
Yeah.
Never watched a fight or went to the PFL.
I actually did watch a fight before, and where was I? I was at like Buffalo Wild Wings or something. They were playing a fight, and I was like, "This isn't UFC."
You said, but it's a fight.
I was like, "They're in an octagon. That's just a PFL." I don't know why PFL just sounds kind of playful.
Right.
I'm like, oh, it's not that
playful
bad.
fighting league.
Yeah. Oh fuck. But yeah, who did I just remember the time I was watching it. One of the dudes had pink hair and a pink beard, and the other dude might have had like green hair, and I was like, oh, this is weird. And then
like Cosmo and Wanda.
Yeah. What was weird to me though is when I looked these dudes up on Instagram and saw that they had like 800 fucking followers, and I'm like, oh, this is the difference. Like, because I wasn't watching that. Luckily it was just on where I was at. But, I think having people like Jake Paul and shit, like, just bigger names, like, help the company grow. Kind of like, essentially,
100%.
Conor, like what Conor does for the UFC.
But what's funny is, what's the relation in pay?
I think the PFL pays their fighters a lot better.
I know.
I think everywhere pays their fighters a lot fucking better. I think UFC just gives them maybe, like, more opportunity.
So let me ask you this. When do you think the UFC says, all right, enough's enough? We have to start paying our fighters, or we have to do some side of benefits for our fighters after retirement or during, you know what I'm saying, healthcare, all that extra stuff. When do they say enough is enough? Like, we are the superior organization.
I don't know. I don't know if they...
Do they wait till it's too little too late?
I feel like they might not do much to change it, because I feel like even though the PFL is like dope and gonna be like a better place for fighters, there's still gonna be so many people who still want to go to the UFC regardless. Like, maybe they'll have a smaller roster. I guess it just depends on if the PFL just makes bigger stars and like they just start doing fights on the same night type shit. You know what I mean? Like, really being
competitive.
Like, yeah. And, I mean, Dana White said it a couple times. He said all these companies come in, they try to replace the UFC. It's not going to happen, blah, blah, blah. I mean, obviously, everyone always feels like that about their company. But because that's their viewpoint on it, I feel like they won't act immediately. Or I feel like, bro, I don't know. I feel like they would go so long before actually doing something. And I think it might be because, like, for example, how much longer is O'Malley's contract? You know what I mean? Do they get certain guys like that and pay them to re-sign, and like that's how they keep certain things going? you know?
Oh, there's definitely lots of chess into it. And if you think it's only the guys in play now, you're already wrong.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
they,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
they're looking at guys who aren't even competing in
100%.
professional fighting now.
But
it's
I'm
like,
looking at not the best guys. I'm looking at the biggest. Like the dudes who were fighting were good. They just didn't have the following.
what, in PFL?
Yeah.
Right.
Like
100%.
there's I guess if they get some stars, but I'm thinking about even that like 18-year-old kid in the UFC right now. I feel like there's just a lot of people who are really early in their career, and they might just stretch it out, or I think there's going to be a lot of people who just play that chess game with the UFC of like, hey, like if I re-sign, it has to be worth it because I could go over here. I think it might even get worse for some of the other fighters. I think maybe the big names are going to get paid even more, and the smaller names are going to be kind of just, they're going to maybe suffer a little more because all the attention's on these bigger names. Maybe like I don't like the idea of the UFC wanting a star, trying to make a star. That's kind of weird to me, and I feel
Making
like I hear
a star,
that a lot.
I agree for
like,
sure.
I like Cheeto said it before. He said, "I know they like me. They would love to see me be a star." Blah blah blah. I feel that with like Patty, with O'Malley. Like I don't know. And obviously, you're not just setting someone up to do it. They got to actually win the fights and whatnot. But just the favoritism in general, like I get it. This person makes you more money. But just when you're doing a fighting sport and there's favoritism and there's just so much controversy with judges and shit like that, it's just not a vibe. Like overall, it doesn't look good. Especially when your fighters themselves are like, yeah, I think they would like me to be the champion.
Literally.
Like, what the fuck?
Especially with all that shit continuing to occur more and more frequent.
Yeah.
And then you just had all that shit with the coach who got banned from the UFC. All his fighters got banned from the UFC.
Oh, wait, what's this?
It was the betting stuff. Why fighters can't now bet on themselves anymore is because of the guy's camp.
No, I don't. I know they can't bet on themselves anymore, but I don't know the backstory.
There's like accusations that he was betting on fixed fights or fixing fights with his fighters, so to speak.
Damn. Like, they're like, I gotta go out there and get paid. He was like, if you throw this fight, but you make it look good, bro, I can pay you like triple.
Yeah. Well, even like he had his own Discord too, where he was running like a channel where, you know what I'm saying, promoting what fights to pick and stuff like that.
Sus.
Yeah.
With his own fighters? If he was ever promoting a channel
I'm not
with
in
his
the channel, I don't know the details of that.
If he ever is in this channel saying, yo, don't bet on my fighter for this fight, that's the sussest fuck. If you're a coach and you're not telling everyone to bet on your fighter, fucking sus.
Why is he your coach?
Right? Like, if my coach was ever like, my money's on the other guy, yo, who's fucking
Go over there.
Yeah, that's wild. I wonder how mad he gets if he like convinces a fighter to throw a fight, but then the fighter's like, oh, I could beat this dude the fuck up, and just like knocks him the fuck out.
You don't want none of it.
Yeah, I am. So I just thought about this. It'd be crazy. We saw Aljo versus Peter Yan. We saw that the first time.
Sorry, go ahead.
We saw that the first time, right?
Yeah.
And then we were like, damn, that was kind of a fluke win. And then we were like, second time around, we already know it's coming. Wasn't that all what we thought? Wasn't that all what we thought, right?
Not one
right?
bit.
How crazy would it be? Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman, fluke fucking win. We already know it's coming.
That's the most disappointing. All right, so we got the John Jones and Ngannou thing, right?
Yeah.
That's the big disappointment of 2023. The second disappointment is Usman can't get his immediate rematch with Leon because he has to get some type of surgery. And now we got Aljo talking some bullshit saying he has to get some bicep surgery.
Yeah,
and
I thought it was his neck. I thought it was his back.
He just got his neck fixed.
God, how old is he?
Gotta be 45.
Fucking falling apart by the second, dog.
Literally.
Man, honestly, I fuck with Aljo, mainly because he's Jamaican.
He just gets so much.
He gets much shit, but
he just leaves it open.
Yeah, I feel like he gets more shit than most people because he just
100% how he obtained the title. If it did not occur that way, it wouldn't have happened like that. I guarantee you. because there was nothing like no negative connotation against him before that.
Yeah.
He was the bad man. If he took your back, it was over. You know, that's what he did.
Yeah. I think it's just honestly, I don't think they should have gave it to him. I think it should have been like a no contest, just like rematch. I think it would have been a lot different if I get it, all the people there, like he said it, he was like, he wasn't trying to like boast with the belt per se, but all the people there, came there, wanted to see him, and like, they were like happy for him, like, let's celebrate, like, I know this isn't what you want, but you'll run it back, just have a good time tonight. So I could understand, like, sitting there with the belt, having a good time with your people, but also I could understand him, just humbly being like, nah, this isn't how like I wanted it, we'll still celebrate tonight, but like maybe I shouldn't be boasting this belt, you know what I mean? Like I didn't earn it was given to me.
I agree with 100% what you said. Like a fighter, I think like Yuri Prohaska, that dude from Czech, who just gave up his title because of his injury, he could have very well held that belt. You know what I'm saying? This entire time they would have had to make an interim belt, and then when he came back they would have fought. But instead he relinquished his belt, let them fight for that. I think if you put that guy in the same scenario, he wouldn't have even taken the belt right then. He said, no.
Yeah.
I will meet you back here.
Yeah.
We're going to go at this again.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But it's, then you just go into, like, do we think Aljo was faking it? Like, his reaction. Like, it's such a weird. Was that when there was a crowd? The first time?
I don't think there was a crowd.
Like, everything about that was probably just
that was Abu Dhabi, wasn't it?
Yeah. Everything about that's just so strange. I think that there should be a little more firm rules. I get it. You could ask a fighter if they want to continue or not when like an illegal strike is thrown. But I feel like maybe there should be a little firm rules of like, okay, you throw this, like we can't. That was like maybe like there's obviously times where like things slip, someone moves into something, but he dead fucking.
I mean, he rocked his shit.
Yeah.
He literally looked at his corner. They said throw the knee, and he said.
Yeah, but
like, then again, like, do I think it took Aljo out of the fight?
Yeah, so and that's where it is, like, do I think it took him out of the fight? He was fucking gassed when it happened.
He was losing that fight.
I imagine it did not help him in any way, shape, or form. But I feel like it's just kind of a weird thing to put it on the fighter. For one, it's like it's very difficult for a fighter to be like, nah, like I can't, you know what I mean? And I think that that's what makes it unsafe, because the thing I like about MMA that I don't like about boxing is they'll let a motherfucker get up after getting knocked the fuck down and like a bunch of times.
That's where the brain trauma shit comes from.
So I feel like there should be firm rules, like, yo, if you knee this dude while he's on the ground, like, nah, like disqualification, but not just you get this belt, just like, yo, y'all gotta run this back. So right now Aljo's holding the belt. He's not letting these other motherfuckers fight for it till he's done with the surgery. Is that what's happening?
Yeah. I think they're either going to run Cheeto Sean, which I think they're probably going to save for a title. But my number one pick is they're going to go Cheeto, or they're going to go Sean versus Henry, because his last win was controversial. They got to put him back in there against the dog.
Bro, if Sean gets the belt and Cheeto takes it from him, the thing about the Cheeto Sean fight is like that'll probably, honestly not, like that'll be one of the only fights that I can watch and I'm just like happy. Like,
no matter what the outcome
is.
like
I'm just fucking like, yo, thank God this is happening. It's crazy how, like, I feel like they're such similar fucking dudes, like, from different parts of the world. Like, they're both the fucking tatted pothead, like, sleep expert, fucking good health, like, fighters. This is crazy, man.
Yeah, Sean was on Rogan. He was literally saying how similar they were because he's had them both on there. Yeah. He's like, if you guys probably didn't have that match, you'd probably be best friends. And I was like, I don't doubt it. He seems like a cool kid.
Yeah,
I'm gonna knock him out.
Yeah, he's just mad I beat him up or something.
Yeah, he's just mad I beat him up. Yeah. That's exactly it.
Nah, I think Cheeto does have a little chip on his shoulder about it. I feel like it bothers Cheeto a little more than O'Malley.
Well, I feel like Cheeto had to earn that.
Yeah,
that fame.
I think it is crazy that they gave like O'Malley fought the
But
number
like,
2 dude like out of nowhere. I mean, he did beat him. I mean,
and
you know.
he was beating all those contenders like in traumatic fashion on the way up.
But I feel like it
Knocking
wasn't
people out,
on the
walk off
way up.
KOs.
He went boop 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 boop. Like it wasn't like.
Well,
boop,
I mean,
boop, boop,
he
boop,
was
boop.
pretty active. How many fights has he had in the UFC now? He's got at least on the closer side to
But
10. He's over 5 fights, closer to 8 or 10, I'd say. 6 to 8. Look it up.
It was just. I feel like it was just the. Bro, give him the.
No,
give
I
him
don't.
the
I
number
don't
8
agree.
guy.
He went from 11 to 1. I
Yeah,
agree.
like, you
he
know-
just got ranked and then he went to number 1.
That's like.
But
what?
also,
Like, imagine the other fighters, like how angry they are. Like, and like understandably, like, yo, I'm busting my ass for this fucking company.
do you think that was him in the back?
Who?
Like, look, give me that number. Give me Peter Yan. Give me number 1. Let me get my Conor moment. Let me knock this guy out.
I think so. Yeah. I think he knew what he was doing. He was playing it up online. Like Peter was feeding into it. I think if Peter never responded, that fight wouldn't have happened. Like if Peter just like was like, fuck this kid, because that's it. If dudes weren't reacting to Conor, like it wouldn't work the same way. Kind of like when they realized that, like, you know, towards the end of it, they're like, oh, okay, this is what he does. Like Peter walked into it. Peter gave Sean O'Malley that fight.
100%.
Like,
He had to take it. Peter did. He was the higher ranked, you know.
let me see how many fights Sean has in the UFC. I feel like it might give me his overall record.
Yeah, more than likely. I hate that shit.
Let's see how many he has in the UFC. I think this is his fucking total. Let me see. Professional, mixed martial arts, others. What the fuck?
Should be able to actually see his win and loss record on UFC. Yeah. So we can see exactly how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. See, he's very active.
11 fights.
But you're right, 100%. They jumped him 11 to 1, but he was fighting trash cans.
He fought twice this year. Once this year, took 2 years off. Fought 3 times
That's
this
when he
year.
broke his leg or
Fought
his
3
ankle.
times that year. Yeah, so he's averaging like 3 fights a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3 fights a year. It's not bad.
It ain't Strickland. He's fighting
It
3
ain't
fights
Strickland.
a month.
Yeah, it's not Strickland. It's not Kamzat. Like, there's some of these dudes who, they're fucking active. Bro,
Facts.
Mike Tyson fought 15 times in 1 year.
I know. These
What
guys,
the fuck?
But it's also like they can't compare boxing to MMA. You know, they don't take the same kind of physical damage. They take brain damage more, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? They don't take beatings like you do in MMA.
You can't compare Mike Tyson to any fucking. Mike Tyson didn't take any beatings for a while. Mike Tyson was, bro. Mike Tyson was literally going in there like ending fights in 30 seconds.
Yeah, people were so upset but so happy. You know, like they paid so much money to watch these events,
right?
For them just to be over in 30 seconds,
right? Yeah. If that shit could not be happening today, like with the like TikTok, like motherfuckers just watch the whole fight on TikTok, bro.
Literally, why would I buy it?
Yeah, like that shit's gonna be up. Especially if I wait all night, I know it's gonna pop up before like they like ban that shit. Like I'm gonna be able to see it tonight.
Probably live.
Yeah, like someone's on there.
Yeah.
I would do that shit. Only got like what? I'm like, yo, I'm risking 30 seconds of this fight. Like, fuck it. Like, let's see what happens.
Didn't Brian used to do that on TikTok?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, he can't fucking go live anymore though.
No?
Well, no. I don't know if he can't go live or if he's shadow banned or if he just if his content just don't be like always hitting the market how he wants it to. But yeah, sometimes it's like it's hard to tell when you're shadow banned because it's like only people who follow you could see your shit. You don't get no new shit. But sometimes if the people who follow you don't fuck with your shit, they just don't show it to new people either. and like
Damn.
they're like secret about it. Like they won't be like your shadow man. Like you gotta like do things to figure it out.
For sure.
So who knows? But he do be like breaking the rules over and over. Like
I think I remember doing that. It's weird.
bro, these socials are fucking weird. It's like I love these like socials and whatnot, but I see these platforms just get ripped from people like so quickly. Like their entire bread and butter just be ripped from under their feet.
Is it their bread and butter though?
Yeah, I would definitely.
You're just utilizing a tool that's available.
You're utilizing a tool, but
who's to say this tool is yours to use or even have the opportunity?
No, yeah.
You know?
Let me not say that. I mean, they start relying on these tools that get taken away a lot of times just for like political reasons. You know, just like it's just weird. You know, like the Steve Will Do It, bro. I hate that Steve Will Do It is not on YouTube. Oh, like
you want to know what's upsetting most about what you just said? It's not the actual political reasons.
Yeah.
It's that the money backing whatever they're fronting won't be there anymore.
Yeah.
Whatever the reason is can change between today and tomorrow. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the reason doesn't matter. It's just that they're not getting the money if they don't back that reason that's supported most. You know, It's just a flip flop. Whatever's gonna be supported most today. Let me get this thing.
KSI forehead crazy.
Bro,
That shit really is crazy.
he looked like the alien off Alien vs Predator.
I feel like he's always thinking. That he just looks like he's always in deep thought. You feel me?
Very, very deep.
What would you do if he headbutted you?
I think it would be more than my head.
Yeah,
All
look.
that surface area.
Yeah, like it'd be like a full body punch.
Yeah, it'd be like a body check.
Yeah. I feel like boxing him would be a little easy because there's a lot of target.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of grip too.
A lot of grip. Oh, ooh. Nah. It's probably pretty slick though. When he gets sweaty, you know, like. Maybe he's harder to hit.
No, that fucking forehead's so big. I don't think it could be hard.
Yeah. All right. So what he's saying that after he fight Jake Paul, he done.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
You called him out?
Yeah. I think that's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, what kind of boxing career?
Yeah.
What was the point?
Jake is your fucking...
Your pinnacle?
Yeah, I honestly, I guess if he beats Jake Paul, like, he's the first dude to beat Jake Paul, and then he just fucking rides off into the sunset and keeps doing YouTube, and he's just like, yeah, I beat Jake Paul, I'm done.
Jake Paul said he started boxing because his music career failed.
Because his music career failed?
Yeah.
I thought
He just put out an album before he started boxing again. Remember, he got all those, like, people to feature on it.
Jake Paul put out an album?
No, KSI.
Oh. I was like, yo,
yeah.
I really missed that. That's crazy. Yeah, honestly, I listened to like one KSI song before, and like it wasn't even bad, but I was just like, I just didn't want to listen to it.
But that's my point though. Like he came to boxing because he had a.
He said that?
It's because he got Prime. You don't need it no more. That's all it is.
You don't need the music.
You don't need to fight.
Who? Oh, KSI.
Prime.
He really, he's not like broke. Like he really doesn't need to fight for the money. He is making bags off of these fights and just beating these dudes up in the UK. I think that's funny.
They're all UK fights. All these fights
that he's fought. Yeah, he's been in the UK just beating dudes up. I think they're like just UK rappers. I think he just beats up UK rappers, and I think that's so funny. I love it. I mean, and it's fair because he's a YouTuber. So he just beats up rappers. I think that's funny as fuck.
Who did he fight last? Who was this last guy?
I don't fucking know, bro. I never know the dude he's fighting realistically. Only dude I was gonna know is Dylan Dennis. He should have fought Tyron Woodley though. Low-key, big
Woodley
L.
called him out for it.
Big L for not fighting Woodley.
Woodley said he was ready to go.
Yeah, big L. Big L.
You know he wouldn't have gotten that dub.
Yeah, honestly, so I was listening to KSI on Ariel, and honestly, it was weird. I feel like I was like, man, this dude's not a fighter. Like, why is he on here? He's
These jokes.
when I say he's not a fighter, I mean like, I feel like there's something about a fighter where you got a fighter spirit, and like he's just like very just like, yeah, I'm here for the money. I just want to fight this guy, then I'm done. Blah blah blah. Like, it's weird, you know. He was like, like, all right, that's why he said he didn't fight Woodley, and he fought that fucking rando. He said he was training for a southpaw or something. Oh no, that's why he didn't fight Jake that one time, because he was training for a southpaw, where Jake said he would fight for free. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I was training for a southpaw, so I had to fight another southpaw.
I just think it's a little fishy that
Ducking him.
his name's Swarms or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that the guy who fought on his undercard on his last fight?
Yeah.
He did like really well and won.
Yeah.
So, and at the end of that event, he is like, I'm probably gonna fight. He called out Andrew Tate, and he also called out, what's that kid's name? Swarm. And he said maybe I'll fight Swarms. So we all know he wasn't gonna get the KSI fight or the Andrew Tate fight.
I think Andrew Tate would fuck him up.
Yeah, no doubt. That's why he wouldn't take the fight even if he could get it.
Yeah, just good to say.
Yeah, so he lines up this fight with Dylan Dennis, knowing damn well Dylan Dennis isn't gonna fucking follow through.
You think he knew?
And I think Swarms was his competitor to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, it's YouTuber boxing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro.
They're all affiliated too out there.
I used to be a KSI fan. Not to say that I'm not a KSI fan
Bro,
now.
that forehead is too big to not be plotting big plans like this. You know what I'm saying?
He's always plotting something.
Yeah.
He's always thinking 5 steps ahead.
Yeah, I know you've heard his mischievous ass laugh too. He be plotting.
I can't even do it.
No.
Connor was like, yo, that's the maddest laugh.
Yeah.
He does have a crazy laugh. Nah, but like I don't know, bro. He's just kind of weird to me now. KSI, like, just the UK people, kind of weird to me these days.
I feel it.
What's going on over there? I'm like, I used to be on like, I was like not like Team KSI, but I was like, a little indifferent. But now I'm leaning Jake. Now I'm more on the like Jake side,
Yeah, I was never really a fan of the KSI. I like the whole Sidemen gig, but nah.
Yeah, I haven't watched much of the Sidemen. I know about it, but actually no, let me not say that. I've watched like a couple things of them, and it's always funny. Like I do fuck with it, but I think that's why I fucked with it. I think it's more honestly, I don't know. I think the his Ariel interview just kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
I haven't seen it.
It felt like a.
What about it?
I felt like Ariel was asking him really good questions about like fight stuff, and I felt like his answers were just kind of like, bro, you're not here to fight. Like
he's not a fighter.
Why are you on Ariel's show? Come on, dog. Like, it was just like weird. It was like I look at him as a fighter in the way that like I look at Jake Paul as a fighter. Like,
well, you gotta think.
Look at Logan Paul as a fighter. I look at these dudes as like actual fighters, and like I thought he was just on that shit as well. But then like after that video, it was apparent like nah.
Was that interview before or after Dylan Dennis's Ariel interview?
After.
Was it before or after Dylan Dennis pulled out of the fight?
After.
So, if KSI wasn't on Ariel Hawani's podcast, his show, promoting the fight, and only Dylan Dennis was, only Dylan Dennis's side was on.
Oh, was he on the first time?
No, he wasn't.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he did an episode. The KSI did an episode prior, but the one that I'm talking about is after.
If he didn't, I think it was only because he now knew he was missing that market. Because Dylan Dennis pulled out of the fight. And KSI had no face on that podcast,
Yeah.
He had to go get that retention back.
And Dylan Dennis was in person, KSI was online.
It goes into play with why he can't even interview as a fighter,
What do you mean?
He was only going there to fill in that spot. It had to be for marketing. He's not a fighter. He doesn't know how to talk like a fighter. He doesn't know how to talk shit like a fighter. What do you want him to do? To go in there and like fake it?
I feel like
It's just not him.
I fuck.
He's gonna go in there, take off his bandana, show that big old forehead.
Oh shit. Who do you have with him and Woodley? I feel like he didn't want the Woodley smoke.
No, not at all. Woodley would have knocked him out. Round 1 or 2.
If Woodley knocked him out, there's no reason for him to fight Jake.
Yeah, 100%. That's why he couldn't take that fight. Woodley wanted that fight.
No reason for him to fight Jake if he doesn't knock him out. If he gets knocked out by Woodley.
Like, also, I don't know size proportion wise. I don't know what KSI is to Woodley. I know Jake's way bigger than all of them.
KSI, he said right now he's walking around 175. Or
Jake's
that's what he's
205?
fighting. He's fighting 175. I think Jake said that he's willing to fight at 185. If KSI is walking around at 175 or fighting 175, I don't know. I could understand why he wouldn't necessarily want to fight at 185 because that's a weight class up. And then depending on the rehydration clause and whatnot, that person could walk in. Jay could walk in, and then he's barely making 185. Like, I get that. It's like one of those situations where two people are just talking shit who are not in the same weight class. So you gotta just... Realistically, I feel like Jake should just Alex Pereira that shit. Just get down there, beat him up.
Slim.
Yeah, just get down there. And I feel like he could, bro.
Well, it's their own promotions, so they probably could.
Yo, you know how sick that would be? Like, you remember when McGregor got, like, crackhead skinny?
You want to see Jake crackhead skinny?
Not crackhead skinny, but just down to 175.
Yeah, that's 25 pounds. That's 30 pounds if he's 205.
He's super lean. Like, Conor got down to what, 135?
Huh?
What did Conor drop down to?
145.
145?
Right? Yeah.
It wasn't 135?
It was 145, 155, champ.
Okay. Yeah, he looked
like a fucking skeleton.
Yeah.
There was even some days on the fight night, he still looked bad. It's
yeah.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
And that's why he broke his bone multiple years later fighting. I guarantee you a lot of those stretch fractures probably happened way back then, And over time, just get deeper, and then the right hit, the right fall. They call them like micro fractures.
Yeah.
You get a shit ton of tiny ones.
Yeah, man, that shit's crazy. Like,
and they say milk isn't even for calcium. Like, it doesn't give calcium to your bones. So we need to look back into this. Like, how do we get our bones strong? Yeah, bone density is. I wonder if it's only genetic or if there is something you can do to do it. There's probably some, like, I feel like those motherfuckers who like. I feel like be slamming. You ever see the guys at the gym who like are like. Yeah. I feel like that's just bone density workouts. Like just slamming your bones into concrete. I feel like if you did like some really heavy underweighted or weighted underwater stuff, you could over time gain bone density. Because like the only other way I feel like is carrying like a lot of being fat for a while and getting thick bones. Like Volk. He was 225 pounds or 250 for however long. His bones are going to get thicker over time from carrying all that weight. 50? And he's fighting what, at 145 now? He was 250? He was for sure 225, if not up to 250, bro. Volk was a little meatball. It was thick. That's why rugby. That's why I think he's got a chance against Islam. Man, I want Volk to win that. But then it's like, I don't know, that it's going to make fights weird in both those divisions. Volk? He's going to either have to relinquish the lower belt. Because, I mean, like, he's beaten everyone multiple times. I feel like he should just keep going back and beating them. Why not? Like, then he's going to have to make both weights still, though, for sure. Which is tough. Yeah. Because, it's always over what it is. Yeah. So even more over. Yeah, especially if he gets comfy at that weight. Yeah, he
You
gets
know?
back to his meatball shit.
Yeah.
And he literally has it's called Cooking with Volk.
Yeah, he loves food,
bro.
yeah.
He starts like already thinking about that 155. He's like steaks, chops, he's in there.
Yeah, that's funny.
Fire up the Bobby.
Yeah, he be cooking too. He's nice with it.
Yeah, he looks like he's nice with it.
He'll like he's I think him and Israel Adesanya were like cooking together.
Really?
And he was like showing him what to do. Yeah, he nice with the meals. I want to get nice with cooking. I gotta get like a dope kitchen.
Yeah, you really gotta have the right utensils, bro.
Yeah.
If you don't have the right, just like detailing, you don't have the right tools, bro. It's gonna be difficult. You're running some fucking forks in the road.
I'm trying to low key like start just cooking on like a propane stove, like
simple.
Yeah, but like nice ass meals, like going stupid.
I mean, bro, there's people. You see the people who go out in the middle of the forest, and that's all they have.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm not trying to be
but
in the forest making shit.
What they use is still the nicest things. Like he has the nicest knife. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He's got quality stuff out there.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna make it look dope too. Like I'm gonna have like a cutting board that's like real nice, but like it looks kind of like they're like, yo, did you make this yourself? Actually, I might. No, actually, I will. I'm gonna sand that shit down. That's cutting board.
You gonna cut the tree down too?
Probably a tree that's already cut. Like maybe.
You gotta make sure the wood's good still,
Yeah, how does that work? Do you usually? Yeah.
It can rot after time,
Oh yeah.
So you probably gotta like.
You gotta kill a tree. Damn.
You do.
Damn, you gotta kill it.
Well, you can find a fallen tree. You just gotta get lucky with timing.
Damn.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want the bugs to touch me.
Bring fire.
I don't fuck with bugs, dog. Like, not even like I just don't like them on me. If I'm being honest.
No, I understand. And then you feel a bug, and it's like now that you feel like there's a lot of bugs.
Yeah, they're just so small, and like trees. Like I climbed a tree. I climbed this palm tree trying to get this coconut, right? And like I was almost getting it. I didn't bring a knife or anything. I was trying to twist it both ways, and like I was getting it, but then I was just like, there's just bugs on me now, and I'm like, well, no figure. I'm hugging a fucking tree. I'm just sitting here, just a part of this tree, and I'm just like, what the fuck?
What's crazy is like that tree is their world.
Yeah, and I'm just all up in their world, and they're like, wow, this is weird.
What happened to my world?
Yeah, right?
I'm going to bite this thing.
No, they didn't bite me.
That's good. They were ants.
They were, but I feel like I've never really been bit by a bug. I just don't like how they feel when they touch me.
Never been bit by a bug.
Nah.
I wish. I get bit by bugs every day. Swear to God. Not every day.
Okay, mosquitoes, like.
Well, nah, you exclude those.
Yeah, nah, like I ain't never had nothing bite me, but I be like, I keep my distance. You feel me?
You never like woken up with like a
woken up
bite?
Woken up?
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Sometimes you'll just like see 2 red dots, and you're like, oh shit.
No.
Did something bite me?
No, never.
They say like on average throughout the year you probably swallow like 6 spiders in your sleep. I guarantee you're getting bit.
I learned how to sleep with my mouth closed.
I'm trying to myself.
I did it on purpose. What really happened was I got caught slipping too much. Too many pictures. And then I started like kind of with the head forward a little bit, and just really breathing through my nose. And then like I just got really comfortable breathing through my nose, like especially training with my mouth guard in. And like I've realized like, oh shit, I can keep my mouth closed when I'm like sleeping, and it's a vibe.
Oh, yeah.
I sleep way more.
You see, it's a whole trend right now.
What?
There's people selling mouth tape. It's a trend.
Oh, really?
Everyone like mouth breathes in their sleep.
Oh.
So there's a trend of selling. It's literally like a plastic tape that goes around your mouth, but it's still mustache safe.
Okay.
There, so it forces you to sleep or breathe through your nose.
A part of me was like, how are they convincing people not to use regular tape, but mustache tape? That makes sense. You don't want to just like.
That's why I haven't
ripping it off every morning. Interesting. I feel like for me, I would probably get something like that, not for a trend, but like I need
it.
I get sinuses fucked all the time.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. I wake up, my mouth dry as the Sahara, bro. I know when I'm in, my nose is always clogged as shit too. I know I'm breathing through my mouth.
Yeah, when my shit be dry, like my throat and shit, I just be like waking up with sore throats and shit. I fucking hate that, dog. I fucking hate it. But yeah. Do you like mouth breathe throughout the day?
I notice sometimes I do. I try to fix it.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I think the biggest issue is because of how clogged my shit is, my sinuses. I feel like if I could breathe normally, I would breathe through my nose. I think it resorted because of the issue I have breathing through my nose. So eventually I just started like breathing through my mouth type shit. Because like, even used to, I think when I first moved out here, it was only in the winter. My like sinuses would just be fucked. I always got one side like clogged, you know. But now it's just year round. And then I read something. It was like if you have a deviated septum, like you pull your nose up and go like this, and then if you can breathe through both of your nostrils normally after, apparently you have one. And then I can do that shit, bro.
And then you're good?
I can breathe. So I think I got some shit fucked up in my nose. Could have been on the, you know, fights growing up.
Yeah.
Bro, Tanner wrecked my shit when we were kids, too.
Really?
Yeah, my nose. I remember I thought I was hot shit, bro. We were in his room, and I was like, you can't punch through my guard. Well, I was little, bro. Tanner had some size on me back then too. And then,
you were just like this?
No, 100%. Arms locked like this. I was like, you can't punch through my guard. And then he's like, you want to bet? And I was like, yeah, I dare you, do it. He punched straight through that shit.
You're
right
pushing
into my
hard
nose,
as fuck.
bro. Yeah.
Like he's never getting through this.
Wrecked.
Damn, I feel like he had the angle too. Like he got that shit right.
For all I know, he went under and up.
Yeah, getting hit in the fucking nose is not a vibe.
Yeah, the nose is brutal, man. Yeah.
I be fucking. One of the worst things for me sometimes fighting is when the sweat gets in my eye. Like for a second, burns. I'm like, ah! I'm just like, fuck. And then I don't want to do this because it looks bad. So I'm just like, and then I'm just like, just pretend. And it goes away. But like, fuck, I hate that. That's like
there's nothing worse than sweat in the eye.
Oh my god. And you have no hands. You just got gloves, so you can't do anything except make it worse.
And then you're like, all right, let me try my arm. Oh shit, that's even more sweaty.
Right. You don't want to do like this. It's just not the vibe. Jiu-jitsu, it's not as bad because I could just like, you know what I mean? Anything, just like I like typically in jiu-jitsu I could be in a position where they just can't see me for a little bit, so like I could like suffer and,
wipe
like,
on their back.
Yeah, literally. Ew.
You said literally,
bro. Oh my god. So I haven't done jiu-jitsu in a little bit because I've been on my Muay Thai shit. But then, you know, the other day I did a jiu-jitsu class, and I realized like, fuck, this shit's gross sometimes. This shit's gross, dude. So look, I get it. You could sweat, whatever. Like, bro came in sweaty, because he just left Muay Thai.
Okay.
I can't even think about this. Oh, I'm gonna throw up. He came in sweaty, bro, and honestly, at this point, he wasn't sweaty anymore. But he had a shirt that was way too big for him. That was just drenched. So by the time I'm rolling with him, it's cold. It's fucking cold. And it's like sticking to him, sticking to me. And like, you know, I'm like a little damp. And I'm like, damn, this isn't even mine.
Getting you wet.
Yeah, and the worst part about it is like the only solution I really had was to try to like match his sweaty. So that, like, I didn't feel it anymore. And then I was like, oh, jiu-jitsu gets gross. Like, Muay Thai, I be sweating, but, like, no one's really sweating on me. The most that's happening is, like, maybe at the end you dap up, give a little side hug, you know, maybe that's the most sweat. Or, like, you know, maybe you teep somebody and you got some sweat on your foot or on your knee or whatever. But jiu-jitsu, bro, that's next level. That's next level. I see why those motherfuckers get staph.
Speaking of, I heard Dustin Poirier is in the hospital right now from a bad. either Staff or Mercer or some shit. One of those that you get from, the common jiu-jitsu one. I think it was Staff. But he's literally, it's that bad that he's in the hospital.
Damn.
Yeah. That shit literally be taking people out.
Yeah, I wonder if it was, if he saw it and, like, was like, what is that? Maybe just, like, a pimple or a rash.
What's like the thing with those guys is like it's so common to have a cut or an injury or a scratch, and it's so easy for that shit to just turn and change into that, what I mean?
Yeah,
you're
like,
training every day, 7 days a week, it's
ew.
It's probably some days he doesn't even look at it. It's just another cut, and the next thing you know, it's fucking Staff.
Yeah, I saw this video of this girl was like fucking with her boyfriend. She put like this red, red liquid under the soap, his like loofah and like the bar soap. And then after he showered, she was like, "Hey, what you doing?" He was like, "Just got out the shower." And she looked, and all that stuff, like the red stuff, was not touched. Just meaning he didn't use any soap, any like whatever, and. Like this went viral, and a lot of people were like, "Yo, you can just use the water," and like I wonder where Dustin lays on that spectrum. like okay, you know what? Like I've heard some people don't wash their legs. They say they just let the soap get it. I don't do that, but I understand it. Like I get it. That's what works for you. You bathe yourself, but like. I just wonder where he is on that spectrum, and if he's gonna change his habits, or if that's what led him to like where he is.
Shit, I hope after 2 back-to-back Connor fights, he's got enough money so he can afford the soap on them legs.
Yeah. Fucking what's his name? Joe Rogan talked about this soap that I forgot the name of it, but it's like really good for Staph.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like. Because there's a lot of soaps that are really good for Staph, but then it also kills all the healthy bacteria.
Right.
But he has one that's just really good for Staph.
Keeps the good bacteria growing.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, I want some shit like that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get right. Trying to get good soaps.
Yeah, where the sponsors at?
Yo, what's your sleeping schedule like?
Not the best.
Nah.
I sleep very minimal, but I think I don't need a lot of sleep. Because my body just wakes up. I'll like a good night. I'll be in bed by 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a rare night. I'll probably be in bed about midnight to 1. And I'll be up anywhere from 6 to 8.
That's straight, bro. That's like a good 6. 6 to 7.
Most often it's 6. About 6.5.
Bro, I think that's around where I be getting 6, 7 days where like I need it, like, and I just don't realize. Maybe I get a little more, but bro, some of these motherfuckers be running off like 4, like 3. I think that's crazy. Yeah. I was talking to this dude the other day. He was like, "I sleep for 4 hours." He asked me, "How much do you sleep?" And I was like, "About 6 hours." He was like, "I only sleep 4 because I need to get more things done." And I'm just like, "What the fuck? You sleep
but like
4 hours?"
Is this quality of work?
Yeah, he's not doing nothing. He says he works out, but I feel like he's not working out the way I'm working out.
Yeah.
Like
there comes especially when you're working out like hard, like multiple sessions a day, doing jiu-jitsu, actually physically lifting weights.
Yeah.
Sleep is key. That is the only time your body is recovering.
Facts.
You definitely, I think, need to get your 6 minimum if you're training heavy.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, I used to get sick all the time. Like last year, I got so many not last year, the year before, I got so many sinus infections, dog. Just kept fucking up. But I think I just wasn't sleeping enough. I just kept waking up too early and going to bed too late. And I think my body was just like not with it. Like yeah. I would just always like, and I would get sick. I would get like pretty sick, but like I would just rest hard as fuck and then bounce back. Like I just was always in a place where I needed rest. But like right now I'm in a place where I'm just like getting that rest, dog. And that shit slaps. Not always. There's definitely restless times, you know.
Feel that,
but sure. Like on average, like the boy be sleeping, which is dope.
Yeah. We just got a new air mattress thing. Not an air mattress, a foam topper.
Yeah.
For the top of our bed. Oh, it's been doing wonders.
Oh, hell yeah.
Been sleeping like a goddamn king in a cloud.
You like to be warm or cold when you sleep?
I gotta have air going. I like if there's not fan on full blast and shit, I'll wake up and sweat.
Yeah.
Literally drenched.
Bro,
it's the worst.
I sometimes hate not sleeping at my own place because, like...
I can't control the conditions.
Yeah, and it's just like, growing up, bro, I feel like I was always the guy at the sleepover who, like, I woke up too early and I'm in someone else's house and I'm like, fuck.
Always I wake up
Can't go back to sleep. You're like, there's no fan, or it's either, like, there's no fan and I'm uncomfortable and hot, or, like, I got a shitty-ass blanket and I'm cold as fuck and, like, hopeless, just like...
Or you start to get fucking hungry.
Oh my god, it's the worst when you get fucking hungry and then you like everyone wakes up but there's still no food.
They gotta get through their wake up process. It's like, yo, I've been at this for 2.5 hours already.
Right.
I need something.
They're like, yeah, nah, I'm not hungry yet. Slowly ass waking up. Oh god, I remember that shit. Being at Charlie's, I feel like that boy could sleep.
Hours, days.
That boy could sleep. I feel like that's when we started kicking it more because I would sleep over Charlie's and he would just be slumped all the time.
Like we go find some moves.
Yeah.
For sure.
You slept over. You're like, I'm about to be out, and I was like, yo, can I come? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, shit.
So I ain't waiting around.
Yeah.
If I could do this all day.
Right.
That's funny. That's facts though.
Hell yeah. What you got time? Where you at?
No, I should probably get going.
Hell yeah, I know you gotta pick up that flamethrower.
Mhm.
Hell yeah. You guys will see on the next episode what we do with that flamethrower. It's gonna be fucking sick.
Just don't tell nobody.
Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching today's episode.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.